Welcome back. Hopefully, everyone's doing really good. Those of you that are seeing this as a video, I hope you're doing really good as well. I'm just chilling out. Thought I'd get a little early morning streaming with you guys. Probably not going to be live for too long, probably like maybe 20 minutes or so. Just wanted to get on here and give you guys a little bit of an update and stuff like that. So, obviously, you guys know Comic-Con happened and there were no updates on Rick, which is really disappointing because I think we were all really hoping for something regarding Rick Grimes, but there was nothing, and that's okay. That doesn't necessarily mean there's no plans. Obviously, we know The Walking Dead definitely goes kind of year by year. So, if there's nothing right now that's announced for Rick, then there's probably going to be something next year announced or in between. Maybe this time next year or something like that. But in the end, it's okay. We still have Daryl Dixon season 3. Obviously, there was that announcement that Daryl Dixon season 4 is the last season of Daryl Dixon, which is interesting because I feel like with The Walking Dead, a really interesting dynamic is we're kind of always just like, well, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going on? What happened and what's going on? You know what I mean? But we're all kind of just like, well, what's going to happen next? And, honestly, I don't mind, like, the spinoffs at all. I don't mind the spinoffs. I don't mind having The Walking Dead on, 6 to 8 episodes, early in the year and then later in the year with a different show. I don't mind that at all. I don't think that that's an issue. I personally don't mind that one little bit, to be honest. But, some people do. Some people don't like it. But I don't, So it just makes me wonder, like, what's next? What's going to happen after this? What's going to happen after that? It's kind of always been that way with this show. I think that's one thing about The Walking Dead for me anyway, right? That was really interesting my whole life. Even back in like the season 3, season 4 days, I just kept wondering, well, what's the bigger picture here? What is going to happen next? What's the big next thing that's going to happen, right? And yeah, it's always been that way. Yo, it's Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Crab Those Cheeks, Walk. Yeah, it's a crazy name, bro. I can't lie. Holy. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 as your profile picture, though? Massive W. Best Call of Duty of all time. For sure. Oh. Thanks for joining up, guys. I'm just chilling out. Gonna be live for about 20 minutes. Just had some free time. Wanted to get on here and spend some time with you guys. Talk a little bit about the show, about, Comic-Con, everything like that. Just kind of go over what's been going on with The Walking Dead, man. There's really not been a lot going on, but we have Daryl Dixon season 3 coming up here soon, and we have confirmation that season 4 is the last season for that show. So it's interesting. I was just talking about how with The Walking Dead, it's always like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going on? It's always that dynamic there. And with these spinoffs, it's the same thing. We're kind of just like, well, what's going to happen next, right? What's going on? What's going to happen next? And I mean, honestly, there's really no, like, I think there is a direction, but it's not super apparent. You know what I mean? Like, there is a direction. And I believe the direction is to reunite everybody. Obviously, that's what, was probably going to happen. But in terms of the timeline and when it's going to happen, well, like, that's something we just don't know at all. We have no clue about the timeline, which kind of sucks. Because I think, like, I mean, obviously the surprise and that, the element of that surprise is what makes us keep, being interested, right? It keeps us coming, right? But at the same time, I feel like it'd be nice to just know what the general direction is. But I guess if we knew exactly where the story was going, there'd be no surprise or shock factor or excitement. Excuse me. But I don't know, guys. Personally, I am excited for Daryl Dixon season 3, but I just keep on asking myself that, like what's the bigger picture here? And I think it's just kind of the way I look at everything. Even with shows like The Last of Us, I kind of sat there during season 2 and I was like, okay, well, what's going to happen next? How long is this show going to go? Right? What's going to happen? Like, I just kind of sit there and I kind of overanalyze everything and kind of think, well, what's going to happen? How long is this going to happen for? Right? Like, what's gonna be the next big story, the next big villain? Right? I think we all think like that, probably. As fans of fiction, right? We kind of always try to figure out what's going to happen next. Um, so it's interesting. But obviously, like I said, no Rick Grimes announcements at Comic Con. Unfortunate. I think it would have been really cool to have a Rick Grimes announcement, but hey, um, I still believe there's going to be a Rick Grimes announcement either next year or sometime in between. So I think Comic Con next year or sometime in between then, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Rick Grimes announcement just based on all the information. It makes sense. There's been so many like rumors and leaks by reliable sources about Rick doing something. So maybe it was just like the very very beginning of the process. Maybe it was literally something got greenlit for next year. Like an announcement for next year, right? And then that was it. But they didn't do anything yet. That's probably what happened, right? Um, Obviously, you guys know there's some reliable sources out there, and I still believe that Rick's doing something. I still believe there's going to be something with Rick. I really do. I'm actually really confident. It's just about the win, right? So we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, you guys know I'll keep you updated on everything regarding the Walking Dead universe, Rick Grimes, and all that stuff. But in terms of content currently, though, it's a little bit dry. I'm really busy right now in my life. I'm gonna be a lot less busy whenever I am um sorry, I'm like looking at something on my phone real quick. What am I saying? Okay, yeah. So I'm a little busy right now, and I'm gonna be a lot less busy in about 8 days. About 8 days or so. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on the YouTube grind. I'm gonna get back on the videos and everything like that. I'm gonna try to aim for like 3 videos a week. Also mixing in some live streams and stuff. So I'm gonna get a lot more active, guys. So stay tuned for that. It'll be really fun. You guys know I love making videos, man. I love doing streams and coming in here and chilling out with you guys and talking. It's just been life's been a little bit busy lately, man. But I got a lot of change on the horizon right now. But everything's gonna settle down in about 8 days, and yeah, we're gonna be good. So, no real updates, no real news regarding The Walking Dead. Um, it's unfortunate, man, because I just finished my rewatch of The Walking Dead, and I have to say, man, it's just my favorite show, right? Like it just is what it is. I've watched other shows recently as well. I've been binging a lot because I've been sick. I was like sick for a while there, um, and I was just in my bed all the time, not doing nothing. And I was binging like I watched this show called Ozark. I watched a show. Oh, what else did I watch? I watched a lot of shows. Um, and I have to say, man, The Walking Dead is just my favorite show. I'm to the point with TV, right? Maybe this makes me a weirdo. I'm to the point with TV where I would rather just rewatch The Walking Dead than watch anything else. It's true. I have some interest in watching other Walking Dead spin-offs like Fear the Walking Dead, stuff like that. But I'm really at that point, man. I don't know if you guys are at that same point, but I think there's what is it, 177 episodes of The Walking Dead? Like there's so much content in that show. It's kind of like a timeless classic. Like you can just rewatch that stuff, like, and it's not going to change anything. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like, it's not going to, you're not going to get bored of it. It's not going to change how you feel about it. You're just going to be in it, right? And every time I rewatch, there's kind of something I see from a different perspective or a different angle or something. You know what I mean? every time I rewatch, I'm kind of like, well, I didn't see that before. Wow, that's an interesting angle. I don't remember that way, right? I don't remember that happening that exact way. So it's very interesting how The Walking Dead works because there's so much content. Um, you know, also, side note, really sad. My sister's dog is dying, I believe. So they're downstairs right now, and I'm overhearing their conversations. I don't know if you guys can hear those voices in the background, but I am, yeah. Unfortunately, I think my sister's dog has a brain tumor. So very sad. He's dying. We're thinking today's probably going to be his last day. He's only 9, and he's a miniature wiener dog. So, and it's crazy how fast dogs go downhill. I mean, he was doing just fine, and then yesterday I think he had a seizure, and today he's doing worse, I guess. So, unfortunately, I think he's gonna die, man. It's really sad. Um, I love that dog. He's a cute dog, and he's a good dog. So, R.I.P. to him. R.I.P. to Willie, bro. If he dies, I'm hoping he can come through, but I don't think so. But yeah, guys. That's pretty much all I have to say about The Walking Dead. It's a great show. It's fun, and honestly, if you guys haven't rewatched it recently, I would recommend you guys to rewatch it. Go in there on Netflix and just rewatch it. Vibe out, Start with season 1 and just appreciate the greatness, man. It's so good. It's just such a good show. I've watched so many shows lately, and every time I'm watching a new show, I'm just like, I just don't think this is better than The Walking Dead. I just don't. You know what I mean? I just don't think it's better. Um, I think it's funny because if you take a show like that, it's hard to do a show like that for that long. You know, it is. It's very difficult. And, honestly, what's so funny to me about it is they found a way to make interesting storylines, Um, I do think some of the storylines were stretched out a little bit too long, but that just happens, that's part of TV sometimes, That's part of the story. We had some storylines that were super fast. Like look at the Terminus storyline. That thing was the Terminus. We got the Terminus in season 4, episode 15 at the very end, right? With Maggie and Abraham and Glenn and all those guys, Rosita, Eugene, Tara, all that, right? And then that storyline was essentially done by like season 5, episode 3, right? That was when Rick killed Gareth and them. What's that, like 5 episodes of that storyline, and it was being built up. I mean, they've had fast storylines as well. They've also had bigger conflicts with bigger established enemies like Negan and the Saviors, right? Like, the reason why I think that was stretched out so long over 2 seasons was because, I mean, obviously Negan and the Saviors are an extremely large group of people, and they're not easy to beat. And I think that's one thing that they did with that, right? Like, it's going to take longer to beat this enemy, right? Um, so, I mean, obviously the show is not perfect, right? Just kidding, it is. But no, all seriousness, the show's not perfect, but I think that it's my favorite show of all time by far, and it's the best show I've ever seen. I think it's the characters, Rick Grimes, Daryl Dixon, Michonne, Negan, um, you know, just all, even like the side characters that are not main characters, like Glenn, Rosita, Tara, Abraham, Eugene in the later seasons was really cool. Just those characters are so strong, you know? Those characters are so strong. I've never seen a show that has such likable characters, I've never seen a show that has characters with so much aura, dude. Um, and the villains, I think, were casted perfectly, I think, Um, if you think about the governor, that was a wonderful casting job. Think about Negan, think about Alpha and Beta. Think about Pamela Milton and Lance. Those people were casted really well too. I know season 11 gets a lot of hate, but I think season 11 actually was more interesting than what people give it credit for. To me, I liked it. One thing I didn't really like about season 11 was the whole Reaper storyline. That was a little bit that was a little bit boring. But it wasn't like god awful terrible, you know. I think people exaggerate so hard sometimes and just hate, like, oh, this was, you know, this show or this season was so bad. These characters were so bad. Like, nah, I don't think so, dude. I don't think it was that bad. Obviously, the show kind of went downhill a little bit, lost some quality, I think, but I don't think it was like horrible. I think it was more about the characters. Imagine if Rick would have stayed in the show the whole time. Season 11 probably would have been great, greater. Season 10 probably would have been greater, right? We would have had more fun, better times if Rick was in the show the whole time. So I'm just saying, guys, it is what it is. I love the show. I'm probably getting ready to put it on right now, to be honest. But I am just chilling here. I'm a little bit sick still, so I was just laying in bed. But I'm going to get ready to get up and start my day. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by, dropping likes on the stream. And yeah, if there's anybody in here that has any questions or wants to talk about anything really quickly before I head out, I'm going to give you guys about a minute or two to type a comment and reply. And if nobody types anything within 2 minutes, then I'm going to head out and end the stream. So I hope you guys are staying blessed. I hope you guys are staying safe. And I really do love you guys, and I appreciate all your support, man. So if anybody has any questions that you guys want to ask me or talk about real quick, just type them in the chat. And if not, hey, appreciate you guys for all stopping by. I think we peaked at like 50 live viewers, so that's awesome. But yeah, you guys are the best ever. Yo, Wesley, what's up? I love Walking Dead. Yes, absolutely, my brother. It's a great show. It's fun. It just is. It's a great time. It's a really great time. It's I can see how it's not for everybody, but I don't know, it does it for me like no other show. It just does. Especially take a show like The Last of Us, right? Like The Last of Us fell off in the second season. Think about how long The Walking Dead peaked, man. Season 1 was great. Season 2 was great. Season 3 was great. 4 was really great. 5 was incredible. 6 was incredible. 7 fell off a little bit. 8 was a little better than 7, I think. 9 was incredible. 10 was worse than 9, but still solid. And I think 11 was also really solid. So it's like, I don't know. If you just look at it from that standpoint, the show was able to create 177 episodes of really, really, really solid TV, and at certain points, incredible TV. So it's just hard to do it. Look at The Last of Us, They're 2 seasons in, and in the second season, there's a lot of episodes that are boring, and there's episodes that suck. And they're already making changes and making choices where everyone's kind of thinking, well, what the hell's going on there, right? What's happening with that show? Everyone's already saying that show's falling apart and quality's gone downhill and stuff. And Bella Ramsey can't lead as Ellie. Nobody wants to see Ellie lead a show, and that's true. That doesn't have good characters over there. So, I mean, what The Walking Dead did, it's standing the test of time, right? It's standing the test of time, bro, because, like, it's showing that it's incredible, and it is extremely difficult to have a show with that kind of longevity. The Walking Dead is like the LeBron James of TV shows. To me, that's what I say. It's the LeBron James of TV, because it was there forever. It's still there, making good quality spinoffs. That have really cool environments. I think it's really incredible what they've done. I miss Rick though. Even The Ones Who Live. I mean, that show is incredible. I just rewatched it again from episode 1 to episode 6 all in one day. I woke up super early. This is when I was sick. Woke up super early, put it on, and then finished it in the same day. And dude, The Ones Who Live is a great show. It's fun. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Everyone always has such high standards, and I get it, but I still thought it was great. Yeah, maybe there's a couple elements that don't make that much sense, especially in the last episode. But it's still great to me. I loved it. I loved seeing Rick back. The quality was incredible. You could tell it was a super high budget project. You could tell. So it is what it is. Everyone can be too nitpicky if they want, but compared to other shows, and I don't think there's other shows that have the longevity that The Walking Dead has had, and actually been able to make stories that are interesting, and been able to, keep people coming back for as long as they have. I mean, look, we're 15 years into the franchise, and they're still having spin-offs and new seasons and all kinds of stuff. And who knows what they have planned. I think it would be awesome for them to do something really big with all the characters back together. I would love to see that. Just a couple seasons. Obviously, we're closer to the end than we are, the beginning, but it is what it is. I love the show, love the universe. I'll never stop rewatching it, never stop watching it. Um, yeah, we're here. We're locked in, man. But, anyways, guys, I just hit the 21-minute mark. So, if anybody has any questions or anything you want to talk about, I'm going to give you guys a minute. If not, your boy is going to peace out, man. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. 28 people in here. Yeah, hope you guys are all having a blessed day and staying safe out there in the crazy world, man. For those of you who are new to the channel, or for those of you who maybe haven't stopped by in a while, because I haven't uploaded in a minute, I'm just in the middle of doing some busy stuff with my life right now. But in about 8 days, it's gonna calm way down, and yeah, I'm gonna be back to doing probably like 3 videos a week, maybe, and also live streaming on here too with you guys. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. And I'm really excited to continue the YouTube journey with you guys, and make some more fun videos and do more fun stuff together. So I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you join my community too, guys. Go to my channel, go to my channel tab, and click the community and join. Make sure you guys do that. Um, I want to see everyone in there having conversations, having fun times. So you guys are the best subscribers ever. I really appreciate all the love on the road to 2,000 subs. So if you're new and you want to join, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It really helps me grow, and it's really fun. It's really fun over here, man. We have a lot of cool people in this community. And, obviously the more we grow, I am considering making a Discord server still. So, like, it was kind of once, we hit 2K. Once we hit 2,000 subs, I think I'm going to make a Discord server. And it's going to just be like a really fun, big place where everybody can just go and, just have fun talking about the show, making friends, whatever. You know what I mean? Just having a good time. A cool internet community. You know what I mean? That's what I'm aiming for. And I have some really cool ideas for that, right? Some really cool ideas, man. Maker of Mayhem. You've got it rough sticking with such a unrewarding franchise. Much respect for sticking it out. I mean, I feel like it's been rewarding overall. I mean, I've enjoyed it, I think one thing that the only thing I would say is unrewarding for me personally was the way they handled Rick's story, And now that The Ones Who Live happened, it's a little bit more rewarding, but I think more direction would be cool with what's going to happen in the story with Rick. I think Rick should have never left. I think that was a big mistake. I know Andrew Lincoln wanted to see his kids, and that's his right as a human being. And he was on the show for, 8 seasons, 8.5 seasons or whatever. But I think that that was the one thing that was a bit unrewarding for me. Rick's story. Other than that, though, I've had fun, bro. I've had a blast with the franchise. And the spin-offs, Dead City is unrewarding for sure. But Daryl Dixon's fun. And I'm interested in what's going to happen next, because I still believe in the creativity, man. I think, a lot of the people who created some of the best episodes ever in the history of the franchise are still involved with the show. So I mean, I'm still optimistic that they can create, wow moments and great moments, you know what I mean, that are going to be awesome. So I still believe that they have something planned that's going to be great, you know? Obviously, I'm an optimistic fan, but I believe in that. I really do. I believe in the same minds that put together the show. They created an absolute juggernaut of a TV show that was one of the most popular shows in the history of TV for, 5 years, 6 years there. I still believe in those minds, man. I still think they can go in there and make something great. So we'll see. Uh, Obviously, time will tell. But, anyways, fellas, I appreciate everybody for dropping by. I hope you guys are all staying blessed and having a safe day. And I will see you guys in the next video or stream. I know I haven't streamed in a minute or made a video in even longer, but like I said, I've been really busy. But in about 8 days, everything calms down. And I'll be back doing more videos, 3 or 4 videos a week, probably a couple live streams, having fun with you guys. So yeah, I appreciate it. Yo, Mayhem, I appreciate you too, bro. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see people, man. You guys are the best. So yeah, just a short little stream here. Um, like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure my sister's dog is dying, so unfortunate. Really sad. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully he pulls through. But I'm gonna go down there and figure out what's going on with him. I might have to go bury the dog, because I don't know if they'll be able to do it. But that's where you kind of have your Daryl Dixon moment, where Daryl took the gun from Rick, in season 2. So, anyways, yeah, Mayhem, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your day as well, bro. Hopefully you're having a good one and staying safe out there, man. So, but yeah, guys, love you all. Thanks for stopping by. We peaked at 50 viewers. That was fun. Um, Good stream. I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure you turn notifications on. Join the community. Share the videos, all that stuff. Keep watching. Drop likes for me, everything. Help me grow. Because once we hit 2K subs, I think I'm going to make a Discord server. It'd be fun. Everyone can join up. We can have fun conversations daily. Maybe even like movie nights or something where we watch Walking Dead stuff or whatever. You know what I mean? Go, watch a couple episodes together. You know what I mean? It'll be fun. We're going to have a fun time. I'll make it fun. I promise. I'm very creative. So you guys stay safe out there in the crazy world. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.